Slowly allow your hands to trace the outside of that sparkling diamond. Slowly hinge at the hips as you trace all the way down the sides of the legs. And as you come back into that forward fold, bring your fingertips together again. Beautiful. Walking your hands back out onto your mat, coming back into your downward facing dog. This time we're going to step our feet back a little bit as you come into plank pose, and you can keep your hands, your knees off the mat like I am, or you can bring them down onto the mat. So whatever's available, whatever feels good to you today. We're going to hold here for a couple of breaths. And if your knees are off the mat, bring them down to the mat. And then bring your right foot forward. We're going to just come into a lunge. Again, you can lift that back knee off the mat if you want, or you can keep it down on the mat. Whatever feels good to you. Just opening up the hips. One more breath here. If your knee's off the mat, bring it down to the mat. Step that front foot back, coming into all fours. Just taking a nice cat-cow here. And then coming back to your child's pose, turning those palms over. Coming back up to all fours, bringing that left knee forward this time, stepping that left foot forward. Again, coming into the lunge on the other side. You can keep that knee off the mat or on the mat, whatever feels available to you today. Holding here for a couple breaths. Bringing that knee down to the mat if it wasn't already there, stepping that front foot back, coming into those cat-cows. Just a couple of times here, bringing those elbows down to the mat, rubbing your hands together, creating that heat, and allowing yourself to cover the eyes. And while you're here, I invite you to bring your thumbs to your temples. So your fingertips are draped just up at the hairline. Your thumbs are on your temples. And the the heel of your palm is just below the eyes. So we're just covering some really powerful points in this hold. Very nurturing, very soothing to the nervous system. One more breath. Bringing your hands back to the mat, stepping one foot back, then the other foot back, coming into that plank again. Knees are on or off the mat. One breath here, lifting the hips, coming back to that downward facing dog. And then beginning to slowly walk your feet up towards your hands, bend at the knees, bringing your hands into the inside of the foot, slowly drawing up the inside of the legs. Flaring out at the hips, coming all the way up past the armpits and back down to the side of the rib cage. And just shake it all off. Beautiful. Coming back into some stillness, bringing those hands back down to the thighs, bringing your awareness to the top of your head. And you can choose either a violet color or an iridescent blue, two very powerfully cleansing colors. And allow that color to slowly pour from above you, in and through you. As you let this color come and soak into your cells, invite anything that's no longer serving you to be washed away. Just scanning the body, listening in, nourishing it with the color of your choice. Just letting the awareness slowly move down your whole self, your chest and abdomen, and inner organs and hips, scanning the thighs and the knees, just allowing your whole self to get bathed and cleaned. And then just seeing all of that energy and tension that's no longer serving you. Just watch it drain out the bottom of your feet back into the earth, where she is more than happy to receive it. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, begin to weave big, beautiful figure eights. You have this clean, we're sweeping up again, we're making a little turn to one side and just bringing in these big, beautiful eights. You've just done a very powerful clean of the whole system, and now we're just kind of polishing it up. So just let your hands weave these eights all throughout your field, behind you, beside you, in front of you. Big eights, little eights. Just wrapping yourself up. And then coming back to the top of our mat, we're going to inhale, sweep our hands up. Exhale, come in with some big, beautiful figure eights as you come back into your forward fold. Bend the knees, coming all the way into a squat. Drop the head. Take a nice deep inhale. Lift the head and exhale with a WHO. Inhale, dropping the head. Exhale, lifting the head. Exhaling with that WHO. One more time. Inhale. Lift, exhale. Slowly begin to come back onto your seat. Extend your legs long. Inhale, sweep your hands up and begin to Celtic weave again, these big, beautiful eights as you fold forward, reaching for the tips of your toes. And it doesn't matter how far forward you're folding. Just holding here for a moment. Slowly allowing yourself to sit back up as you bend your knees. Hug your knees in as tight as you can. And then slowly bringing your hands to the outside of your toes, just slowly begin to come all the way back down onto the mat. Beautiful. Keeping our knees bent, we're going to inhale, we're going to curl up into a little crunch as we reach side to side, trying to grab onto our heels. And we're going to reach and reach, reach and reach as we're waking up the core, waking up our bellies. Reach and reach. Exhale, release everything back down to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Bringing our feet back down to the mat, bringing our hands on either side of the body. Inhale, lift the hips. Nice, strong legs here, strong glutes, strong core. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the hips, and this time again, stretch those fingertips long, reaching towards your heels. Really strong arms here as well. Exhale, release back down one more time. Inhale, lift. Reach, reach, reach with your fingers. Exhale, release down. Hug the knees into the chest. Lift the head, coming into a small, tiny, tiny position. And then slowly begin to uncurl the whole body as you extend your legs all the way down. Rub your hands together one last time. Cup the eyes. Taking a nice deep breath here. Drawing a heart over the face or a couple hearts. Nice and slowly with a very, very light fairy touch. And then bringing those hearts over the core of the body. Again, light, light touch. And after you feel complete with your hearts, just let your hands float down on either side of the body. And just surrender into this moment, knowing that you've just received exactly what you need. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, creating a little bit of movement in the body as you reconnect to the present moment. And when you're ready, you can roll over onto one side and take a couple of breaths. And then slowly make your way back up to a seated position. Rubbing our hands together, bringing them back over our eyes. Bringing our fingers to the middle of our forehead as we take a nice deep inhale and we exhale them out to our temples. Massaging our temples here. And slowly allowing our hands to float up and behind the ears, down the side of the neck to the heart. And just tuning back in to your higher self. Giving thanks for the message that it gave you at the beginning of practice. And having gratitude for being able to nourish your whole self, giving it exactly what it needed in this moment. Thank you all for joining me for our practice today. And I wish you all a beautiful, joyful rest of your day and upcoming holiday season.